You have reached the Geek Elite. Good luck.
My name is Oliver Queen.
My name is Barry Allen.
You're blind, but you see so much.
Everything we've been doing, it all leads here. Suit up.
Jim Gordon, GCPD. I hear good things about you, Counselor.
Harvey Dent. Likewise, about you, Detective.
You think you know me, but I've never been more than what each of you has created.
Just look at the flowers.
Welcome back for another episode of Televised Heroics. Daniel and I are here, and we're talking about Invincible on Amazon Prime. What do you think about it, Daniel?
I love this show, especially now that stuff is going on.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? We got this is episode 6, called "That Look Like It Hurt," or no, "You Look Like You're Dead." That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You look kind of dead. There it is. Before we get into anything else, let's talk about the added voice cast members to this episode. So the main antagonist to this episode, D.A. Sinclair, is voiced by Ezra Miller. How'd you feel about the Flash coming on this show to be a villain?
I actually did dig it. He was really good, but I recognized his voice right away too.
Yeah, so did I. I don't understand why they tried to hide his character in the beginning of the episode.
Maybe I know he was talking more like slow and like a little bit lower, but I still picked up his voice. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they wanted to surprise us that hey, it's Ezra Miller.
Hey, it's that new character that's being introduced in this episode. Can you believe it? Yeah. So go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go.
I was going to say, so we had Ezra Miller come in as D.A. Sinclair. We also had Jonathan Groff come in as Rick Sheridan. Jonathan Groff, people might know from right now Netflix Mindhunter, or Frozen as Sven.
Don't know. I've only seen it once.
I've only seen it once too, and I don't really care for it. But it's not my name. Christoph.
Same.
A whole bunch of people just got really mad at me for not knowing Christoph's name.
Both of us.
And then
he's also in Hamilton.
That's what I was gonna say. I think most people really know him from Hamilton. He plays King George, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
All right, good. I have yet to watch Hamilton, so I wouldn't know. But the voice himself shows up in this episode. One Mark Hamill, the Joker, the soon-to-be Skeletor, also Chucky the doll in last year's Chucky movie. But he's in this as a professor, Art Rosenbaum. It's such a small little part. He just comes in to say hi and leaves.
He was in the first episode too, wasn't he?
Am I thinking of the wrong character? Was he not the professor in this epised?
No, he's the Gamby guy. He's the guy that makes all the suits.
That's right. You're right. My bad. That was an intense scene between him and Nolan and Omni-Man.
Man, no eye contact whatsoever, just shakily drinking his beer, and it's like, crap, you're gonna kill me any minute now.
Do you think Omni-Man killed him at the end of that conversation? Because we didn't really get to see any repercussions. It just kind of cuts away.
Right. I don't think he killed them.
No.
He probably threatened him. He's like, if you talk, I will rip you to shreds.
I mean, I think he'll do more. He could throw him into the sun.
That's true.
Could you imagine dying that way? Being thrown into the sun?
Yeah. You'd probably die first in space.
I mean,
from lack of oxygen.
I feel like there'd be a way for Omni-Man to keep you alive long enough to get to the sun.
Yeah, he is that sadistic, so yeah, he probably could.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. Yeah, so Mark Hamill wasn't added for this episode, but the other two names were.
Right.
Coming off of That Looked Like It Hurt, episode 5, where Mark Grayson is essentially left for dead after going up against Battle Beast. I was a little disappointed that he recovered so quickly.
I know. There wasn't like a big time lapse whatsoever.
I mean, he was unconscious for what, 6 days?
Yeah.
And
he was in a coma for 6 days.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, that just went by in a blink because that's how the show did it. But I just feel like we needed to have some more type of. I assume that it's his half Vitrillion. Vetromite.
Healing factor?
Yeah, healing factor. So, but still, I just thought that we were going to have maybe a montage of personal training or physical training. Is that what it's called?
Yes, physical training.
Yeah, when you get injured and you have to work. There's another word for that, isn't there?
Crap, we're terrible for not remembering.
I know. I don't remember. Either way, I thought there was going to be more of that. The episode goes right into him apologizing to Amber, and then they go on the college trip.
Yep. At least he could have been a little bit more bruised, going to the college trip. Or still show some bruising.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think that he would have done better against these cyborg men if he wasn't coming off of this almost being dead?
I think so. But even then, when he fights the first one, looks like he barely kind of touched them, and he looked like it was really, really painful for him still. So, I don't think he was fully recovered.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he's fully recovered. I'm just wondering, on his power level, are these guys stronger than him, or are they just stronger and he's super weak still?
I think stronger, and he's still super weak.
Okay. I find that because I was really just wondering, he went up against all those bad guys in episode 5, and obviously Battle Beast hands him his ass, but these guys are regular humans. They just happen to have robotic parts. Would that make them that much stronger, or would it just make them that much more durable and indestructible?
More durable for sure.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
But maybe if he was at full strength, maybe they'd be evenly matched.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that if he was at full, I would assume that if he was at full strength, that it would have been a lot easier to take these guys out.
But also, him getting his ass handed to him near death, he's probably still not 100% focused on combat and battle, so probably wasn't thinking all the way through either.
No, yeah, you're right. His mind was definitely somewhere else. He was trying to leave. Almost seemed like he was trying to leave the world behind, the heroic world behind, or at least trying to take a break from it by going to this college with Amber and what's his friend's name, Matt?
Will,
sorry. Obviously trouble found him, so it's a whole different thing, but I don't know, I really feel like this was the not smart move, not to. I guess this is still me harping on that first thing of he should have been recuperating.
Right. Definitely. definitely had no business being there.
The sick mind of D.A. Sinclair. Do you think that do you think he's gonna show up again with his own robotic parts now that Invincible like cracked his jaw?
That would be pretty cool if they did that. But I mean, yeah, or he's gonna have some intensive surgery. But yeah, definitely he should have a robotic jaw.
I also feel like maybe Cecil ends up like giving him a job.
He's evil. I don't think he would do that. Hire an evil person.
Yeah, I mean, it's the government agency. It's all gray. It's
but you know, it's hard. But I don't think he would offer him a position.
Okay.
Might use him though. Like maybe like, hey, we'll let you go. We'll let your sentence go if you can come up with something that can take down Omni-Man.
Ooh. All right. Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility. Use the brains that are available to you. So going away from Invincible and going to some of the secondary stories, Debbie confronts Nolan, right?
Yes. At the end of the episode.
At the end of the episode, because she went and took the suit to Art, and Art did his bioscans or whatever you want to say, and they, you could realize that the some of the injuries were from friction burns, which would have been red rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that his name? And then like some of the older blood on the suit would have been the other superheroes and stuff like that. So they figured it out that Omni-Man's the one that killed all of the Guardians of the Globe, which led to the other scene that you were talking about, where Omni-Man and Art are sharing beers. Essentially, he's sussing him out, seeing out what he knows, and I assume listening to his heartbeat and all that good stuff. So, where does it go from there? Does Omni-Man kill his family? Kill his wife? Not that I'm advocating for it, but like I feel like he's got to keep the secret a secret.
Yeah. So I don't think he killed Art. I think his character is well and alive, but probably did threaten him in a ungodly way to make him fear him even more. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, you can't go off and kill your wife. You can't kill Debbie. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna kill.
I mean, I definitely feel like someone's going to put two and two together if your wife ends up getting killed, but who knows?
Exactly.
Who's going to be out there to stop Omni-Man? He's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be Adam Eve. We see that she leaves her family behind and goes to live in a treehouse. Once again, we get to see her powers in full effect, as first she makes the door to the front house just disappear, or the front door to the house disappear. And then she finds a tree that's big enough and just creates a home for herself out of it. That way,
which was awesome to watch.
It was very awesome. In that way, she can be ready to go and help whoever she feels she needs to help. And by the end of the episode, she feels good about herself. She's gone and helped all the people that she wants to help.
Yep. So I do gotta ask you, besides, Robot being, the leader of the team, why do you think he cares so much for Monster Girl? Why do you think he did all of that?
Yeah, so I'm really interested. Is this a relationship that Robot wants to have with Monster Girl, or is it more he feels super responsible for her? Like they do their job of trying to make sure that you understand that she's not actually a girl. She's 25 years old, but she looks like she's in the body of a 12-year-old. So it seems very sketchy.
I know, because Obviously, if he feels ultimately responsible, he would have checked on more on Black Samson. Also, would have checked on Rex with the injuries that he had as well. But again, he's the one devoting his entire time to Monster Girl.
And speaking of Black Samson, it looks like maybe the defibrillator might have kickstarted his superpowers again.
That's what it definitely looked like.
Yeah, I think that he hasn't come to realize it yet, but he definitely said he feels better than before, back when he did lose his powers or before he lost his powers. So I'm interested to see what that means. Did they explain in the first episode that he showed up in what his powers used to be?
I don't think they did. I think they just said that his powers were stripped away. Yeah,
that he lost his powers and now he used an exosuit, like an Iron Man exosuit. So
I don't know. I was going to say maybe electrical powers.
Maybe electrical powers. He took the name Samson, which, biblically means super strength. So that could be a thing. I'm interested to see how it plays out. We have 2 episodes left after this, I believe. We have 7 and 8. So it could be something. It could be nothing. Now, do you think, I guess going back to Mark and Amber, is it reasonable how Amber feels? Is she in the right for dumping Mark?
I mean, that's the thing about being a superhero. You live a double life. You obviously, one of his friends already found out that Will found out that he has powers. And just like Eve told him, and just like Omni-Man or Nolan told him, don't tell anybody your secret because you're risking it all. And that's what's really killing him. And since she doesn't understand what's going on, because yes, he's flicked on a couple important things. I'll give her half of the benefit of the doubt. She should be upset, but can't be fully upset if you don't know everything that's going on.
I mean, but she doesn't know that she doesn't know everything that's going on. So that
I know exactly.
That's the catch, right?
Right.
I think that it also seems weird that the thing that they make her break up with him over is the fact that in her mind, he ran away to call 911, instead of helping his friend who was getting possibly killed. I don't know if that's. I mean, I guess that used to work for Clark Kent back in the day, but now with cell phones, you don't really need to run away to call 911. I guess so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very difficult. As much as we used to complain about that on Flash or Arrow or whatever, being why do you just tell people your secret identity all the time? I feel like he should have just told her his secret identity at this point.
No, I agree. 100% agree.
I also did not think that they were going to turn Rick into a cyborg man.
I didn't think so either.
I very much assumed they were going to get there in time, and they did not. He went full cyborg, and he even ripped that thing out of the back of his head, just out of love for Will.
Yeah.
Now that Will knows the secret. Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to ask, I know they obviously took him to the ICU with, oh crap, I forgot with Cecil. So, what do you think's going to happen? Are they going to use him for good if they can't fix him? What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'll end up being some type of hero on the. And I put hero, but in air quotes. But he's gonna be on the payroll. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
But what happens with Will now that he knows Mark's secret?
I mean, he just has to be a good friend and be like, hey, keep it on the down low. Don't tell anyone. Keep your mouth shut. You're putting everybody at risk.
Even though he already extorted him and said, if you don't take me flying, I'm going to tell everybody your secret.
right? But shit, I don't. In the sense of a friendship, I don't even know where you go from here, because obviously he blew him off. You know, if he didn't blow him off, they could probably rescued Richard in time, or Rick in time.
True.
So I don't know if he's going to have any sort of resentment or what's going to happen after that.
Oh, I didn't even go down that road, the road of resentment, because he didn't go and help him. It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. How do you explain everything that happened to that night to Amber? Because they get back to the apartment, and Amber's already pretending to be asleep. But obviously Will isn't there. He's got a cut up arm. And Rick is not going to be there. He's essentially dead. I assume they have to go tell his parents that he's dead, and he's never get to see anybody. He never gets to finish school. He never gets to be a doctor. What do you tell Amber that the next morning, especially on that long drive home?
Right. And I mean, Mark has to have some sort of battle wounds, because he got the shit beat out of him too. By all three of them.
Didn't he? Did he get like some stitches opened back up, or was I thinking of something else?
Maybe I missed it.
I don't think
I'm
thinking of something else. Yeah. Okay, so we have Black Samson getting his powers back. Adam Eve finding new purpose in her life. We find Mark and Amber broken up. Will knows the secret. And Nolan and Debbie are now fighting, and we don't know the fate of that relationship. What happens in the next episode?
The shit's going to be fucked up at home when Mark comes home from the trip.
I mean, yeah, definitely. We forgot to bring up So Robot Man made a drone of himself that went and got a flower off the side of a mountain that will then heal Monster Girl because her powers are magical based. Also, did you think it was weird that the doctors would not allow Robot Man to help in the operating room when he's like, or Robot help in the operating room? He's an all intelligent AI. Why wouldn't you let him help?
No, I found it really weird. Maybe they know something that we don't know. Can't trust them exactly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Yeah. And he had to explain it multiple times. He's like, I know her anatomy. I know how she works. Like, please let me work on her.
Okay. So all that being said, big stuff happening in the next two episodes. This episode kind of brought me back after a few episodes. I mean, obviously the battle with Battle Beast brought me back. It was a good follow up to that. I just was kind of disappointed because I felt like it needed to be more rehab oriented, but they didn't go that direction. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the season ends.
Yeah, and last thing too is the Muller twins. The after credit scene, digging up the teenagers are digging up the, one of the graves, and they show up. Ooh, let me do that. Show up, and what do you think is gonna happen there?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They think it's probably gonna be something good. So I think they're the very much the wild card in this whole show.
They really are.
Before we sign off, I want to talk to you about the Shang Chi trailer. What did you think of it?
I haven't watched it. Work was back to back today. I didn't get my typical break, so I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I did watch the Loki trailer last week when we did record. That one was awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we got the Loki trailer last week. We got a Black Widow trailer last week, I think. And then now a Shang-Chi trailer. So looks like things are picking back up for the MCU. So everybody get out there and watch it. All right, Daniel, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at SuperCommieDaniel.
You can find me on Twitter. I am at Mitchipedia GEM. GEM stands for Geek Elite Media. The rest of Geek Elite Media is at Geek Elite Media on Twitter, at Geek Elite Media on Instagram, and Facebook.com/Geek Elite Media is our Facebook page. Check out archived episodes of this podcast and other podcasts on our website, geekelitemedia.com. Whatever podcatcher you use to listen to us, please rate and review us. It helps spread the word of our network. But until next time, this is Televised Heroics on the Geek Elite Media Network saying always remember to geek out.
Geek out.
This concludes our broadcast. Beep.